My client signed 6 one-to-one clients in just 14 days, and I'm gonna break down exactly how, exactly what we focused on, and exactly what you can do if you are wanting to fill up your program in literally just a few weeks. And the extra amazing thing about this one was we didn't use any launches, we didn't do any social media posts, and we didn't send any cold emails. And this set her up for 5K months immediately from this. So let's break down exactly what happened, exactly what went into this, and how you can achieve this too. So firstly, let's talk about where this client started. So we started this 2-week period a couple of weeks before this. She let me know that she had 6 done for you spaces opening very, very soon. So she had 6 spaces she wanted to fill on her calendar with brand new clients. And we were talking through how we would actually approach this. Now, she was in a position where she already had some clients. She already had a lot of work on her plate. So she didn't necessarily have any time to be doing any big launches, be posting on social media hugely, any big campaigns, anything like that. We really needed a simple approach to actually fill these spaces. So we set about planning out just a really simple campaign essentially over these couple of weeks and plan for filling these offers. And she signed 6 one-to-one clients in just 14 days. So I'm going to walk you through in this video what that plan was, what we actually did to have this amazing success in just a short period of time as well, and what you can really take from this in your own business for what it takes to actually sign a lot of clients in a really short period of time. Now, there were really 3 steps to this plan. I'm going to walk you through what those 3 steps were. And these are the 3 steps I will go through with a lot of clients when we're thinking about this question of, okay, I have some spaces open, I want to sign some clients, I want to do it reasonably quickly as well. How do I go about doing that? These are the 3 steps you really want to go through to actually make that happen. And it's not me giving you a cookie cutter strategy as well. We're really asking you questions and looking at specific aspects here to determine what is going to work for you. That's why this works so well, regardless of the client, regardless of the industry, and why it's worked across so many of my different clients. So the very first thing we did here is we actually pulled the data. So had a look at the data of where have her leads and clients actually come from in the past. So looking at not just what we thought they were and what we would guess they were, not just what we're seeing is working well on social media or anything like that. We actually had a look through her numbers. And I said, Tara, I want you to look back over the last couple of years of your business. Where have all of your clients come from? So go back through every single one, write down where they came from, write down what actually converted them for a client, and also for leads, where did we find our leads? And this is so helpful because it shows you the patterns of what is actually working for you right now. And this may be something you haven't even really noticed or really thought about that much, because if you can see that 80% of your clients have come from one specific method or one specific place or one specific thing converted them, we can see that's working pretty well, and we should be doing a little bit more of that, versus if we're spending most of our time on the thing that's only converting 20% right now, maybe we need to switch that a little bit. So we really pulled her data and looked at what was actually working for her, what is proven. And this is the best possible thing to do. If you're saying, right, I want to sign some clients reasonably quickly, I want a short time frame and to fill the last few spaces in my program, actually looking at what has worked for you is so, so valuable, because this is the only proven data that we have for you specifically. Sure, I could tell you this is exactly what worked for her, and this is what works for me, and this is what works for this other client. It might work for you, absolutely. And also, you have a different ideal client, you're in a different industry potentially, you have different platforms which you're having your audience on. There's so many variables here, so we can't necessarily guarantee something's going to work. The only thing we can guarantee is what has worked for you previously is probably going to work again. So we pulled this data then and took a look at where had her previous clients come from and used this as the baseline to determine every next step we were taking. And this is again where we get to make things really, really simple, because we're not trying to put any guesswork into, okay, let's try this new thing over here which could potentially work but also might not work. We were really saying, okay, you have a limited time, you're wanting to sign those 6 clients, and you're wanting to do this just within, a month we'd originally said, but obviously ended up being just 14 days it took. We knew that we were wanting to do this relatively quickly, so it makes sense that we're not going to try anything new. We're not going to put any guesswork into the equation essentially and just say, okay, this might work, let's try this potentially. Instead, we were just focusing on what we actually knew would work and what had actually been proven. And again, no matter how many clients you've had, no matter how many leads you have or haven't had in your business, if you've had any, you can do this very easily and just look back and see what has worked, where have these people come from, and see what is actually working. Just pull the data there and see what could be an area to lean into a little bit more, what could be a strategy that I need to spend a little bit more time on maybe. Now for her, she'd seen that a huge area that her clients had come from, weirdly enough, was Facebook groups, and actually through connections in there, through people recommending her, all of those aspects, because her work was specifically something which people are asking for quite a lot and asking for recommendations there. So we could see that worked very well. So that was the area we really chose to focus in on then. So the second step of this process then is we built a sales strategy around this. We built a sales strategy first and foremost around what was already working, where most of those clients had come from. So we really took a look at this and saw, okay, a lot of people have come from Facebook groups. Okay, great. How did they come from Facebook groups? Was it through other people recommending? Was it through you seeing a post and actually engaging with people there? Was it through you posting your own content at all? And actually did a little analysis of what was working there. Then we really built the sales strategy around this. So this was the game plan, was do more of what works essentially. And we were saying, okay, how can we then turn this into a plan that was great? She's going to spend half an hour a day just in Facebook groups, actually looking for keywords specifically around her offer, because she knows what it looks like when someone is posting asking for that, for example. So actually we created a plan around this. And again, that takes all the guesswork out of everything. It makes it really clear where she needs to spend her time. And we made it really quantifiable for her. It wasn't just spend more time in this area or post more here. It was actually spend half an hour a day going into these groups. Here's exactly what you're going to do when you're inside that as well. So if for you, for example, you could see that your Instagram content was where most of clients were signing up from, actually that could look like I'm going to post once a day on Instagram, and it's going to be a post around these certain areas because these are the ones which do perform the best. These are the areas which have actually converted into clients and got me people reaching out. So I'm going to post about these specific areas, etc. Now, we really made sure we optimized this as well and had a really clear sales process through this. So instead of it just being let's have random conversations with people, we really made sure there was a plan of, okay, we're gonna get into a conversation with someone who's a potential lead, then we're gonna invite them to a call, here's how the call's going to look, and then we're gonna propose these certain packages because these are the packages we're wanting to sign clients into right now, etc. So actually planning out what that whole process looks like instead of just I'm gonna post on Instagram or I'm gonna hang out in Facebook groups. Actually having a plan around what does that look like to do that action? What does that look like to spend that time there? And also what happens after that? What is the next step after that? What's the next step after that towards actually signing those clients? And then as well, we can again reverse engineer this and say, actually from the end goal, I want to sign 6 clients, for example. What is our average conversion rate? If we can look again through that list we made of those leads and clients, what is our average conversion rate? When someone gets on a call with me, do I know that I'm going to sign 70% of those people who are getting on a call with me? Okay, great. If I want 10 clients, then if I want 7 clients, then I'm needing to get 10 people on the phone, for example. So we could really reverse engineer there, and we could see from there, okay, this is how many people we want to get into a sales conversation with. So we could see, okay, I want to sign the 6 clients within a month was her original goal, which she ended up exceeding by like double. But 6 clients within a month was her goal. So we knew, okay, I want to get 6 clients. We can work back the conversion rate of, okay, that means over the whole month, I need to have this many sales conversations. Divide that by 4 across the weeks. That means that each week I'm aiming to have X number of sales calls. So you can actually know what your goals are then. It makes it a little bit more tangible for you to actually hit that goal. Again, just based on your numbers. We're not guessing here and saying, yeah, sure, I'm going to close 90% of those sales. We're actually looking at what has been your number before. It's saying there's going to be no improvement. We're not trying to hope that there's going to be an improvement or we're going to be more successful this time. We're just saying what has it been previously, and can we pull those numbers to actually apply those into the equation this time to see, okay, what is realistic for you essentially. And then step 3 here was she focused on this one strategy. She committed to doing it for the whole month. She actually needed the 2 weeks because then all the spaces were filled so she could finish doing that. But she committed to doing that for the entire month. She said, okay, I'm going to be focusing on this. I know I need to do half an hour a day. I know exactly what the goals are, how many sales conversations I'm wanting to get into. So I know where I should be focusing. I know what I need to do, and I know what I'm aiming for. So we can see very nicely if we're on track, if we're a little bit behind with the sales calls, if we are ahead, which we ended up being ahead with each of those, but it's really, really easy to track. And it's just then a case of taking that consistent action and actually showing up for that for the whole month. So actually then, once we've planned out this sales plan and the sales process of what this is actually going to look like, committing to doing this for a month and committing to showing up to fill those spaces for the time frame that you're wanting to fill those spaces in. And this is so powerful because again, it's an easy one to commit to almost. It makes it easier to commit by having something which is really proven for you, because it's not a case of, I don't know if this is going to work. And it's kind of easy from a mindset perspective, me to back out after 2 weeks and say, it just doesn't really look like it's working, because actually we know it works. We've done it before. It's what has signed us clients previously. And we know that us, getting on those 10 sales calls is probably going to sign us 7 clients because we've had a 70% conversion rate. It's kind of just easy and it's very realistic. So it makes it, again, so much easier for you to actually stick to this and actually show up for this as well. So we really planned out that sprint then, that 1 month sprint, where she needed to be, and she showed up for that 1 month and really committed to doing that. This is kind of almost the most important part as well of this, because so many people, the reason why we won't get these big results really quickly is we'll maybe either start to see some results and kind of pull back and say, oh, okay, this is happening really quickly. Okay, I signed 1 client. I need to pull back a little bit now and just focus on that 1 client before I can sign any more clients. Or we'll do the opposite and we'll feel like we're not seeing results, and it'll be, after 1 week, we're a little bit behind with those numbers and those targets that we wanted to hit, and we haven't yet signed a client. And we then panic and say, oh, it's just not working. Okay, I'm going to try something else instead. And then we switch gears to something else which kind of isn't proven for your business. Otherwise, it would have been in the original plan that we created, and try and do something else that maybe someone else had said worked for them. Then switch off of what actually was working realistically. But again, this is where it's so helpful to actually have those kind of numbers and reverse engineer there, because instead of focusing on that very end goal of signing a client, which naturally is going to happen at the very end, it's not likely going to happen day 1 of this plan or even week 1 potentially. Those will typically happen towards the end. Actually, instead we can reverse engineer and say, okay, my goal, all I'm focused on is having sales conversations and just starting sales conversations. Great, that feels a little bit more in my control, that feels a little bit more manageable, and also happens a little bit quicker. So it's easy for us to see that momentum and see that things are actually happening and stick with it as well as things are happening. So those are the 3 steps that I took with my client to get her to signing 6 one-to-one clients in just 14 days in her business, setting her up for 5K months just a few months after this. So this is so powerful, such a powerful strategy to just utilize these 3. Again, because firstly, it's data-driven. We're literally just going by what does work for you. It's literally been proven. We know it's going to work. It's easy to stick with that then. Secondly, it's really simple. We're not saying do 1,000 different things. We're not saying you need to show up in all these new places. We're just picking one simple approach and just showing up and doing that, what we know is most likely to sign us clients in the next month. And then also it's just really focused as well. It means you can get really focused on that one area. We're not trying to do 1,000 different things. We're not splitting your focus over so many different platforms. You're just focusing on one thing. Again, the thing that you know is most likely to actually lead to success here. And this is honestly how simple it can be when you actually approach your business from a strategically simple perspective. And this is what I do with all of my clients, not just helping them to have those amazing sprints of signing 6 one-to-one clients in 14 days, but actually build up a business that gives you consistent income and consistent clients, and actually gives you the freedom that you started your business for in the first place, by having a really simple business model and just simplifying how you do everything and making sales really simple, really easy, and really repeatable for you as well, with just clear processes around everything that you're doing. So if that is what you are looking for in 2025, if you are looking to really build up that consistent income, build up those consistent clients, and take this to a full-time income and beyond in your business, then my one-to-one coaching program is currently accepting clients. I will put the link in the description to apply for a free discovery call with me. You can schedule a time and we will talk about your business, what your goals are, and if this could be a good fit for you with us working together. I would absolutely love to have you and cannot wait to speak soon on our discovery call. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and make sure to subscribe so you do not miss the new videos coming every single Monday. Next video you should watch, I filmed a vlog a couple of weeks ago. I will put the link here just so you can go and watch that vlog. It is such an incredible insight into what a day actually looks like with me and my business, how I actually spend my time, and what it looks like to really work towards your business and have full-time income and full-time clients in your business as well. So I will put the vlog link here so you can go and watch that next. I hope you've enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one.